Genghis Khan stumbles across a great palace in northern China. It was a magnificent golden palace, with beautiful ornaments covering every surface as it towered over the surrounding landscape with its size. The steps leading up to the front entrance were crafted from the finest marble, the pillars holding up the ceiling sculpted with the rarest jade. It was truly a great piece of human architecture. As the great Khan stood facing his latest prize, a general in his inner circle asked, "O great Khan, what shall we do with the palace?" After a long pause, Genghis said with a blank expression, "Raze it," while walking away. "Yes, great Khan, with great pleasure," the general said with a vicious smirk on his face. Almost immediately, the general orders his army to begin preparations to tear down the palace. The jade pillars were knocked down, the marble stairs leading up to the front entrance ripped from the surface. Fire spread across the whole palace, bringing down the ceiling, and ornaments covered across the roof. The loot and spoils hauled out while its inhabitants were dragged out, mercilessly slaughtered by the bloodthirsty soldiers. After a few hours, what remained of the great palace was just rubble stacked on top of each other and the burned ashes which were carried by the wind into the distance. A few days later, there was a feast held by the great Khan and his top generals to celebrate the recent victory. While everyone was celebrating, Genghis asked his general, "So how did that business with the palace go? Have you taken care of it?" "Of course, great Khan. I put the soldiers immediately to work and finished in a matter of hours," replied the general. "Ho, very impressive. I didn't expect you to finish so soon." "Take me there tomorrow, I want to see for myself," Genghis said approvingly. "Yes, great Khan, it would be my absolute honor," replied the general. Dawn broke, signaled by the rising sun as it slowly enveloped the trees and mountains with an orange hue. Genghis and the general arrived at the location of what used to be the Grand Palace. "Behold, O great Khan, this truly was a grand palace of monolitich scale, but it was no match for our fine soldiers." Every step leading up to the front entrance was pulled out, every pillar broken down, every room set ablaze, and every man, woman and child cut down. "We also saved the gold and treasure, and I made sure every piece went into the treasury. All this, done in your name, O mighty Khan." The general expected some sort of praise, but when he looked back to see the Khan's expression, it was not a look of awe. Alas, a look of shock and dismay was plastered across his face. "What happened to the palace? What did you do? Why is it all destroyed?" Genghis said with confusion, turning to fury with each word he spake. The general himself was equally confused, but also terrified of his blunder, although not knowing why. He sheepishly replied, "But sir, you told me to raze it, so that's exactly what I did." Genghis, now red with rage and anger, said, "That's not what I meant, you cretin. I only wanted you to add a few stories." Please smash the like button, and subscribe to my channel.